Hey Cancer, I need to share something with you today because the energy coming through right now is absolutely remarkable. I just did a reading, and the cards are speaking so clearly about this journey you have been on, about healing, about someone who cannot get you out of their mind, and about the fortune that is finally making its way to you. Grab your coffee or tea, get comfortable, because what I am about to share with you is going to resonate deeply. So I shuffled the deck with you in mind, Cancer, asking about this healing energy, about the fortune you have been calling in, and about this person who knew you and never forgot you. The cards that came out are telling such a beautiful story, and I cannot wait to walk through this with you. The first card I pulled is the High Priestess and Cancer. When I saw this card, I immediately felt this wave of intuitive knowing. You have been going through something profound lately, something that not everyone can see from the outside. The High Priestess is all about inner wisdom, about trusting what you know in your soul even when the external world does not reflect it yet. You have been listening to your intuition more than ever before, and this card is validating that you were absolutely right to trust yourself. What I find fascinating about the High Priestess showing up first is that she represents secrets, hidden knowledge, and the subconscious realm. There is someone in your energy right now who is keeping something hidden, but not in a malicious way. This person has been holding on to feelings for you, memories of you, dreams about you. They have been processing something deep in their private world, and you are at the center of it. The High Priestess tells me that while you might have suspected this, you have wisely chosen to focus on your own healing and inner work, rather than chasing external validation. This card also speaks to your psychic protection and spiritual development during this time. You have been building something within yourself that nobody can touch or take away. The healing you have been doing is not surface-level, Cancer. It is deep soul work. You have been diving into your subconscious, facing shadows, understanding patterns, and emerging with wisdom that will serve you for the rest of your life. The High Priestess is saying that this inner temple you have built is sacred, and the fortune coming to you is partially because you took the time to honor this sacred inner space. I also want to mention that the High Priestess often appears when there is a choice between illusion and truth. You have been seeing through illusions lately, Cancer. Things that once captivated you or confused you are now crystal clear. This clarity is part of your healing, and it is preparing you for what is about to enter your life. The fortune you called is not just material, it is also this gift of clear seeing, of knowing what is real and what is not. The second card that came out is the Devil, and I know this might seem intense, but stay with me because this card is actually showing me something really important about your journey. The Devil represents bondage, addiction, materialism, and unhealthy attachments. But here is the thing, Cancer. This card is not saying you are currently in that energy. It is showing me what you have been releasing. You have been breaking chains lately. Maybe you were attached to someone who was not good for you. Maybe you were stuck in thought patterns that kept you small. Maybe you were addicted to the familiar even when the familiar was painful. The Devil in this reading is showing me the prison you walked away from, and Cancer, the strength it took for you to do that, deserves recognition. Not everyone has the courage to leave what is comfortable even when comfortable means staying stuck. This card is also speaking about the person who has not forgotten you. There is a strong indication here that this person might still be dealing with their own devils, their own attachments and fears. While you have been doing your healing work and breaking free, they have been wrestling with their own demons. The healing that is entering your house includes the understanding that you cannot save anyone from their own shadows. You can only save yourself. And you did that. You chose yourself. What I find really interesting about the Devil appearing in this position is that it often represents the shadow side of desire and passion. This person who cannot forget you, they are dealing with intense feelings that might even scare them. The pull they feel toward you is magnetic, almost obsessive, but they have not figured out how to approach you in a healthy way yet. The Devil can indicate that they are still stuck in old patterns of relating, old fears about vulnerability, old beliefs about what they deserve. But here is where the fortune comes in, Cancer. Because you have freed yourself from your own devils, you are no longer available for unhealthy dynamics. The healing you called is creating a boundary of light around you. What is coming to your house can only be things that match your new vibration. The Devil is essentially showing me that you have done the hard work of transformation, and that work is now protecting you and attracting better circumstances. The third card is the Sun and Cancer. When I pulled this card, I felt such warmth and hope. After the depth of the High Priestess and the intensity of the Devil, the Sun arrives like a promise kept. This card represents joy, success, vitality, and clarity. Everything that was hidden is being illuminated. Everything that was difficult is becoming easier. Everything that felt blocked is now flowing. The Sun is one of the most positive cards in the entire deck, and its appearance here is telling me that the fortune entering your house is real. This is not a false promise or a temporary high. This is sustainable happiness, genuine success, and authentic celebration. You have been through the darkness, and now you are stepping into the light in a way that feels earned and deserved. What I love about the sun in your reading is that it speaks to childlike joy and innocence restored. Cancer. You are going to feel playful again. You are going to feel light again. You are going to remember what it feels like to wake up excited about your day. The healing you called is not just fixing what was broken, it is restoring what was lost. Your sense of wonder, your capacity for pure happiness, your belief that good things can happen to you, all of that is coming back. The sun also represents recognition and achievement. If you have been working towards something, if you have been putting in effort behind the scenes, this card is saying that your moment is coming. People are going to see you, celebrate you, acknowledge you. The fortune entering your house includes opportunities that showcase your talents and bring you into the spotlight in the best way possible. And regarding this person who has never forgotten you, the sun suggests that if there is meant to be a reconnection, it will happen in the light. No more hiding, no more games, no more confusion. The sun demands authenticity and clarity. If this person wants to be in your life, they will have to show up honestly and match the vibration you have worked so hard to achieve. The sun will not tolerate anything less than genuine love and respect. The fourth card I pulled is Seven of Swords, and this is where things get really interesting, because this card is typically about deception, strategy, and sneaking away. In your reading, Cancer, this card is showing me something specific about the past and about this person who knew you and never forgot you. Seven of Swords indicates that there might have been some dishonesty or hidden agendas in a past situation. Perhaps someone was not fully truthful with you. Perhaps someone took something from you emotionally or energetically without permission. Perhaps you yourself had to strategically remove yourself from a situation that was not serving you. This card is revealing that not everything was as it seemed, and you are now seeing the full picture. What strikes me about the Seven of Swords in this position is that it represents a thief, but also someone who is clever and strategic. This could indicate that someone tried to take your peace, your confidence, or your joy. But here's what the cards are showing me, Cancer. They did not succeed in stealing what matters most. Your essence, your light, your capacity to heal and love, all of that remained intact. They might have taken temporary things, but they could not touch your soul. This card is also speaking to the fact that you have been strategic lately. You have been smart about protecting your energy. You have been selective about who gets access to you. You have been moving in silence while you build your new life. Seven of Swords can represent the wisdom of keeping your plans private until they are ready to be revealed. You are not announcing everything you are doing, you are just doing it. And that stealth approach is part of why the healing and fortune are able to enter, because you are not dissipating your energy through constant explanation or justification. Regarding the person who has not forgotten you, Seven of Swords suggests they might have deceived themselves about what happened between you. They might have told themselves stories that let them off the hook, or minimized their role in any hurt that occurred. But deep down, they know the truth. They know what they lost when they lost access to you, and that truth haunts them in ways they did not expect. The Seven of Swords shows me that this person is dealing with the consequences of their choices, even if they do not admit it openly. The fifth card is Three of Wands and Cancer. This card filled me with excitement because it represents expansion, foresight, and opportunity. You are standing on the edge of something new. Everything you have been planning, everything you have been envisioning, everything you have been calling in, it is about to manifest in tangible ways. Three of Wands shows a figure looking out over the horizon, seeing their ships coming in. This is your moment of ships coming in, Cancer. The fortune that is entering your house is not just one thing, it is multiple blessings arriving at once. Financial opportunities, romantic possibilities, creative projects, travel adventures, all of these are on the horizon for you. You have sent out your intentions into the universe, and the universe is responding with abundance. What I find beautiful about Three of Wands is that it represents the moment right before major success arrives. You are in the waiting period, but it is not a passive waiting. You are actively scanning the horizon, preparing for what is coming, getting yourself ready to receive. This card is encouraging you to stay alert and stay open because opportunities are about to present themselves, and you need to be ready to say yes. This card also speaks to collaboration and partnership. The fortune entering your house might include connecting with people who amplify your vision and help you reach new levels. You are not meant to do everything alone, Cancer. Three of Wands is saying that the right partnerships, the right team, the right support system is forming around you. These connections will feel aligned and easy, not forced or draining. In terms of the person who has never forgotten you, Three of Wands suggests they are watching from a distance. They see what you are building. They see how you have expanded beyond what they thought possible. And they are realizing that you are moving into a future that might not include them unless they step up in a major way. This card can represent someone who is contemplating whether they have what it takes to match your energy and meet you where you are now. The sixth card that appeared is the Star and Cancer. I almost got emotional when I saw this card because it represents hope, restored, healing, and divine guidance. The star appears after the tower, after destruction and chaos, bringing peace and renewal. In your reading, the star is confirming that the healing you called is not only coming, it is already here. You are in the process of being restored. The star is about pouring out the old and receiving the new. You have been releasing so much Cancer, letting go of pain, releasing resentment, clearing out disappointment. And as you empty yourself of what no longer serves, the universe is filling you with fresh energy, new hope, and divine inspiration. The star represents the light at the end of the tunnel, and you are seeing it clearly now. What moves me about the star in your reading is that it speaks to spiritual connection and faith. You have maintained your faith even when things were hard. You kept believing even when you could not see the evidence yet. You trusted that healing was possible even when you felt broken. The star is the universe saying, "We saw your faith and we are honoring it." The fortune entering your house is a direct response to your unwavering trust in something greater than yourself. The star also represents authenticity and being true to yourself. Part of your healing has been the decision to stop pretending, stop performing, stop being what others wanted you to be. You are embracing your true self, and that authenticity is magnetic. It is drawing the right people, situations, and opportunities to you. The fortune coming is aligned with who you really are, not who you thought you had to be. Regarding the person who has never forgotten you, the star suggests that you represent hope to them. You are the light they think about when things feel dark. You are the person they wish they had appreciated more. The star can indicate that they are experiencing their own spiritual awakening, and part of that awakening includes realizing what they lost when they lost you. Whether or not they will act on these realizations remains to be seen, but the energy is there. The seventh card is Eight of Swords and Cancer. This card might initially seem concerning, but its message is actually very empowering. Eight of Swords represents feeling trapped, restricted, and blind to options. But here is the key. The bonds are loose and the person can free themselves at any time. In your reading, this card is showing me what you have overcome. You felt trapped for a while, Cancer. Maybe you felt stuck in a situation, a relationship, a mindset, or a pattern. You could not see the way out, even though the way out was always there. Eight of Swords represents that mental and emotional prison we create through fear and limiting beliefs. But the presence of this card in your reading alongside all these positive cards tells me you have found your way out, or you are in the final stages of freeing yourself. What Eight of Swords is revealing is that the fortune entering your house includes freedom. Freedom from old stories, freedom from false limitations, freedom from the need to stay small or safe. You are removing the blindfold and seeing that you had the power all along. This realization is worth more than gold because it changes everything about how you move forward. This card also speaks to the person who has not forgotten you. They might be the one who is currently in the Eight of Swords energy. They feel trapped by their own fears, their own pride, their own circumstances. They want to reach out to you, but they have convinced themselves they cannot, or that it is too late, or that you have moved on. Eight of Swords shows me that this person is creating their own prison through overthinking and fear of rejection. The interesting dynamic here is that while you are breaking free, they are still stuck. The healing you called is creating a gap between your energy and theirs. You are ascending while they are stagnant. This gap will either inspire them to do their own work and catch up, or it will make it clear that you are meant to continue on different paths. Either way, your freedom is not dependent on their choices. The eighth card is Five of Swords, and this card speaks to conflict, defeat, and winning at all costs. In your reading, Cancer, this card is addressing a past situation where there was discord, where someone fought dirty, where victory came with a bitter taste. Five of Swords often appears when we look back on a situation and realize it was not worth the energy we invested in it. This card is showing me that there was some kind of battle in your recent past. Maybe you were defending yourself. Maybe you were trying to prove something. Maybe you were just trying to survive a difficult dynamic. Five of Swords suggests that this battle is over now, and regardless of who won or lost, you are walking away from the battlefield entirely. You are choosing peace over proving points. What I find significant about Five of Swords in your reading is that it represents the moment we realize that some victories are not worth having. Maybe you could have fought harder. Maybe you could have said more cutting things. Maybe you could have tried to hurt them the way they hurt you. But you did not. You chose dignity. You chose to preserve your own integrity, even when you could have chosen revenge. Five of Swords is validating that choice. This card also speaks directly to the person who has never forgotten you. Five of Swords can indicate that they are dealing with regret about how things ended. They might have won the argument or had the last word, but they lost something far more valuable. They lost you, and now they are sitting with the hollowness of that victory. They realize that being right or protecting their ego was not worth losing your presence in their life. The healing entering your house includes the understanding that you do not need to engage in battles anymore. You do not need to defend yourself to people who are determined to misunderstand you. You do not need to win arguments with people who have already made up their minds. Five of Swords is giving you permission to lay down your sword and walk away from conflict. The fortune coming to you will arrive in peace, not through struggle. The ninth card is Eight of Cups in Cancer. This card always touches my heart because it represents the courage to walk away from what is no longer fulfilling, even when it is not easy. Eight of Cups shows someone leaving behind a stack of cups, walking toward the unknown, guided by inner knowing. This is your journey, Cancer. This card is mirroring back to you the brave choices you have made. You left something behind. Maybe it was a relationship. Maybe it was a job. Maybe it was a version of yourself that no longer fit. Eight of Cups is not about running away. It is about consciously choosing to move toward something better, even when you cannot see it yet. It is about trusting that there is more for you somewhere else. And Cancer, the cards are confirming that you were absolutely right to walk away. What strikes me about Eight of Cups in your reading is the emotional maturity it represents. It would have been easier to stay. It would have been more comfortable to settle. But you knew in your soul that staying would have cost you your peace, your growth, your future. So you gathered your courage and you left. This card is honoring that decision and letting you know that what you walk toward is so much better than what you left behind. This card directly addresses the theme of someone who has never forgotten you. Eight of Cups suggests that you walked away from them or from a situation involving them, and your departure left an impact they did not anticipate. They thought you would always be there. They thought they had more time. They thought you needed them more than you needed your own peace. Eight of Cups shows that your absence taught them a lesson they could not learn any other way. The healing and fortune entering your house is a result of this brave walking away. When you leave what is not meant for you, you create space for what is meant for you. Eight of Cups is the card of pilgrimage, of spiritual journey, of seeking deeper meaning. You have been on this journey, and the destination is finally coming into view. The fortune you called is waiting just beyond the horizon you have been walking toward. The 10th and final card in your reading is Queen of Swords and Cancer. This queen arrived to give you a message about your power and your clarity. Queen of Swords represents intellectual strength, clear communication, boundaries, and truth. She is someone who has been through difficulties and emerged with wisdom and discernment. She does not suffer fools, and she does not waste time on people who do not value her. This card is showing me who you are becoming through this healing process. You are stepping into your Queen of Swords energy. You are learning to communicate your needs clearly. You are setting boundaries without guilt. You are seeing people and situations for what they really are, not what you wish they were. You are using your mind as a tool for liberation, rather than as a weapon against yourself. What I love about Queen of Swords appearing as your final card is that she represents independent strength. She does not need anyone to complete her. She does not need external validation to know her worth. She has done the work of healing her own heart, and now she sits on her throne with clarity and authority. This is where you are headed, Cancer. This is the version of you that the healing is revealing. Queen of Swords also speaks to the person who has never forgotten you. This queen represents someone who cannot be manipulated or sweet-talked. If this person wants back into your life, they cannot come with games or half-truths. Queen of Swords demands honesty, respect, and consistency. She will see through any performance or facade. The fortune entering your house includes this gift of discernment, the ability to know what is real and what is not. This final card is also telling me that you might need to have some clear conversations soon. Queen of Swords is excellent at speaking truth with compassion, but without compromise. You might need to tell someone how you really feel, what you really need, or where you really stand. This card is giving you the courage and clarity to have those conversations in a way that honors your truth and maintains your dignity. So, Cancer, let me bring all of this together for you. The healing and fortune you called is entering your house in powerful ways. You have done deep intuitive work. You have broken free from unhealthy attachments. You are stepping into joy and recognition. You have been strategic about protecting your energy. You are expanding into new opportunities. You have maintained hope and faith, or you are freeing yourself from mental prisons. You have walked away from pointless battles. You have had the courage to leave what does not serve you. and you are embodying the clarity and strength of the Queen of Swords. The person who knew you and never forgot you is dealing with their own process. They are stuck in some ways, wrestling with regrets, watching you from a distance, and realizing what they lost. Whether they will step up and match your energy remains to be seen, but what is clear is that you are not waiting for them. You are moving forward with or without their participation. The fortune entering your house is multidimensional, Cancer. It includes material blessings, yes, but also emotional healing, spiritual clarity, authentic connections, and the restoration of your joy and hope. Everything you went through was preparing you for this moment. Every tear you cried was watering the seeds of your future. Every time you chose yourself, you were building the foundation for what is coming now. I want you to stay open, Cancer. Stay alert. Stay receptive. The ships are coming in. The healing is happening. The fortune is arriving. You did not go through all of that for nothing. You are about to see why it all had to happen the way it did. Trust the process. Trust yourself. Trust that what is meant for you cannot miss you, and what is not meant for you cannot stay no matter how hard you try to hold on. You have been calling in healing and fortune, and the universe heard you. The response is on its way. Get ready to receive it with open arms and a grateful heart. You deserve every good thing that is coming to you, Cancer. Every single thing.